Broncos head coach Jason Jewell. Coach, last week was a big bounce back win in San Diego against Regional Catholic, 31-21. Can you just give us a quick recap of the game?
Really, I mean, guys, it was kind of similar to the week before against Williamsville. It was very, very tight. Except this week we were able to finish. You know, against Williamsville, kind of gave away a heartbreaker at the end. Against Cathedral, we were able to get the ball back, put together a drive, put the field goal to seal at the very end. So I was really proud of our kids on the way we finished last week.
We've seen how your offense has played pretty well so far. Charlie McGinnis stepped up in that quarterback role. His senior year, college as strong as he is at back. We've had some good receivers, but I'm curious about your guys' defensive game plan for the ball.
Really, to stop number one, stop Luke Mogo, or at least try to contain him, keep him off the field. So I think our best defense is going to be a good offense. Offense on the field.
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck. Thank you.
And never mind. The call was a first down. So now a first down for the Broncos.
One thing here, Kobe, to notice about that Broncos offense, they're a very smash-mouth, run-and-gun type of offense this year. Lots of quick plays, no huddle action, so they're going to try and hurry it up every time.
With now a new fresh set of downs, McGinnis looks to pass, rolls out the pocket. He throws, gets it off to Christian Camarda for about a 6 or 7 yard gain.
McGinnis on the bootleg that time, just rolls out, hits CC Camarada just short of the first down that time, but a good play. CC Camarada.
And the handoff there. I don't think it'll be enough for a first down. Never mind, they're moving up the change. The Broncos will get a first down here.
McGinnis, the handoff that time to Carlos Estrada. He's been big so far in these first 2 games for the Broncos. Didn't get too much action last year because of how run-heavy they were with senior David Lopez. But he's now graduated from Brophy, and Estrada has taken that running back starting role.
Clears some room for him. With another fresh set of downs, McGinnis looks, hands it off again. And about a 5 yard gain there. It'll be 2nd and 5.
That time Kobe was back-to-back runs. We saw in the first game for Brophy very, very pass-heavy, limited runs. Last game against Cathedral, they've started to mix it up a little more, so it'll be interesting to see if they want to keep passing with McGinnis, if they're going to keep doing a little switch between pass and run like they've done so far.
Second and 5 here. McGinnis looking to pass. He goes deep. He's looking wide, and question if there was a little bit of contact, but no flag on the play, and it'll just be ruled an incomplete pass, and we will go into the 3rd down.
Yeah, no call that time. Lots of boos here from the crowd. You could hear they were really fired up by that. That time the receiver was double teamed, covered by Keanon Clark and Isaiah Ward. And you could see Clark made a little bit of contact there, but ultimately no flag on the play.
No flag on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Snapping another handoff, and a big break. That'll be a first down, gain of about 15, and it'll move up those chains.
Big hole that time for Carlos Estrada, a little misdirection play that time. Looked to go to his right, went out towards the left, and the O-line came ready to play today, Kobe. Earlier today around school, they were wearing specially made O-lineman shirts.
They came prepared for tonight's game. With a new fresh set of downs. McGinnis looking to pass. Decides to run for it. Breaks. Flag on the play, though. Gets about 5 on the rush.
Looks like this one might be coming back.
And holding on the offense. So, yep, they're going to bring it right back. First penalty of today's game.
That time it was on the right side. Ryan Brown was there in the backfield. Just a little holding that time, and McGinnis' run had to get called back.
Tried to get a few at the QB scramble. Now looking at a 1st and 20. We'll see what this Broncos offense can do. First and 20 now. McGinnis looking to pass. The rush coming. Dumps it off. And he's able to get a gain of about 10 yards. He dumped it off to Jacob Boogie on that one.
Yeah, good play that time by Charlie McGinnis. Just had an improv there. He had 3 slope defenders right on it. Rolled out to his right. Dumped it off to Boogie for a nice gain.
I wish it was synced up with the actual clock. But that, you know, now I get why, like, all these professional broadcasts are usually not this way. I know I just try to get all of the defense.
Second down here, about 11 or 12, 13 yards to go. McGinnis now looking again to pass. Looks up the middle, is able to get it off for about 7 or 8 yard gain.
Charlie McGinnis on his A game today. Passed, caught that time by Dalen Sharper. Again, he was named the honorable MVP in that win last week against Cathedral Catholic. Really a breakout game for him.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's one of many legacy players here on the Broncos, so it'll be interesting to see how his career starts to shape up here.
Completely. When you see a guy get 100-plus yards in the game, it's always interesting to see what he's going to do the next week. Can he emulate it? Now 3rd and 7. They get the pass off to Devin Fitzgerald.
McGinnis clearly on his A game today, making a lot of throws so far in this opening drive. That time caught by Devin Fitzgerald, of course, the son of NFL future Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald, and again, one of many legacies here on this Brophy team.
4th and 1 here, and the flag comes out.
That's something smart we've seen Charlie McGinnis do over the last 2 games so far. He did a lot against Williams-Field. He got them to jump 4 times on that play. Again, the Broncos love to run that no huddle, and sometimes it can cause the defense to make a quick mistake and jump early. And that's exactly what they did. They did it a lot on 3rd and short in that first game against Williams-Field. They're doing it here again tonight.
Using it to their advantage, now they are in striking zone of the red zone. They're not there quite yet. 1st and 10, though, a new set of downs, and McGinnis looking to pass again. He throws it up, looking for Dalen. He gets it. Flag on the play. They rule the pass complete. And that'll bring him right into the red zone.
So Sharper hauled it in that time. Looks like that could have been a penalty that time on Devin Brody. That's who was covering him. Of course, they're going to decline because they're right there. Big first down for the Broncos, looking to score on this opening drive.
A very effective opening drive so far for the Broncos. Already 5 minutes and 39 seconds off the clock.
First and goal from the 4 here. They're beginning the jumbo set. This could be a run with Estrada here.
Could be looking Estrada here. 1st and goal. Gives it to Estrada. Breaks one, and he gets into the end zone for a Broncos score. The Broncos take a 6-0 lead early on the first drive of the game. What a drive for the Broncos.
And there it is right there. Like I said, jumbo set. Look towards Carlos Estrada, this quick running back. They give him an outside run that time towards the left. That's exactly what he does. Goes in, gets the easy 6 points on a great opening drive for the Broncos.
Now on for the extra point. And it is up, and it is good. 7-0 lead now.
As Connor Fury on the kick. He actually has not missed a kick so far in the season. Very consistent kicker, also a guy that plays soccer.
And with that, there are 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in this first quarter. And an effective drive from the Broncos early.
Kobe, one interesting thing that you and I were talking about during pregame is how that slope defense was going to show up this game. And so far, it looks like they've been struggling. Quality routine drive that time by the Broncos. Got a touchback, went down the field and scored. And they missed a good amount of time, too. Just 6:15 left to play here in the first quarter. So it'll be interesting to see how the slope defense bounces back here.
100%. Luke Moga, this is what's going to be interesting to see. How is he going to respond to this? Now down 7-0 early. Eddie Genton now on to kick things off. The kick is up, bounces at about the 10-yard line and skips out of bounds. And here comes the Vikings offense.
The offense is led by Luke Moga, and need I see more? Everybody knows how good Luke Moga is. Of course, I should say he's committed to the University of Oregon, so he will be a Duck in the future. And for a school that's pumped out quarterbacks recently, like Marcus Mariota and Justin Herbert, he's got big shoes to fill there in Eugene. But again, Luke Moga, a guy that can get the job done.
Also with the legs, too. 81 rushing yards so far this season, not to mention his 8 passing touchdowns. He is definitely an electric player for this offense. the Vikings will end up taking the ball up the 35-yard line, and that's where they'll start things off here for their first drive of the night.
And that's going to be a result of that kick going out of bounds.
Call for time. The refs are talking right in the middle. They will break back up.
Not sure what this is about. Oh, it looks like it was about the spot of the ball, so they just had to move it around.
Got it. Moga hands it off, gets it to his back for about a 5-yard gain. On the carry there, John Singh, a senior.
Yeah, Vikings offense electing on their first play of the game to hand it off to Singh. It'll be interesting to see the run-pass combo here that they have, especially because Brophy knows they need to stop Luke Logan if they want to win this game.
Today was like 111, just like an
500 pass yards for him so far this season. Starts things off with a handoff. Now 2nd and 4. Moga decides to pass. He gets it off, and it's picked. Tipped off of the hands, and it's picked. The 10. He will score. Cree Thomas, a pick 6, and a 14-0 Bronco lead.
Oh, man, talk about an electric player. Cree Thomas is a guy who's known for his kick returns and his speed, but there he is playing his natural position, defensive back. First pass of the game, Luke Moga ends up throwing an interception. Are you kidding me? Wow, what a start to this game. Cree Thomas with a pick 6, and the Broncos are rolling so far, Cody.
3rd interception from Moga this season, and oh my goodness, a 13-0 lead. As a holding penalty was called against the offense, and obviously it'll be declined. And Fury looks on to kick his 2nd extra point of the game just a minute later.
That was just good coverage all around that time. Had it not been for the deflection, I don't think Thomas would have intercepted that pass. Great start here for Brophy's defense.
Great start indeed. Fury lines up for the kick. He puts it up, and it is good as well. 14-0 lead early.
Kobe, it's been a great start so far for the Broncos, firing on all cylinders, and this is everything they want to start this game right now.
Completely. If you can start a game in the first 5 minutes, get a touchdown, and then the next minute after that, get another one, it's always going to put a smile on the coach's face right there.
I know, notice Eddie Jaton is out there to kick for the kickoff. The Broncos, of course, have 2 good kickers. They have Connor Fury, who they have for extra points. They have Eddie Jaton on the kickoff. So you'll see that kicking tandem to switch between the 2.
So the holding penalty looked like it's going to be enforced on the kickoff. And now the Broncos will be kicking it off from the Vikings 45-yard line. Eddie Jetton now stepping back to get ready for this kick. His 2nd one of the day. The kick is up, and it'll go out of play. That'll be a touchback. And Luke Moga and this Vikings offense will step out once again.
It'll be interesting to see how the Vikings offense bounces back here. Last time, a little bit of a fluke play. Again, that deflection led to Cree Thomas's pick 6, so I'm sure that Sunnyslope will just come out here and do what their offensive game plan was supposed to be on that first drive once more. I mean, they are down 14-0, but still a manageable lead here.
Completely. So do you think that it's going to be more of a ground game focus now after the pick 6?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of Moga, and I mean, again, a guy who's committed to Oregon is going to get a lot of throws, but I do think we'll see a lot of runs here.
1st and 10 here on the 20-yard line. And an offensive lineman jumps a bit too early, and that's going to back up the Vikings.
We saw a offsides call on the Vikings and that Broncos opening drive when Charlie McGinnis stopped them to jump. And now we just saw that false start here for the Vikings to open up their second drive. So maybe a little bit more discipline needed here for Sunnyslope.
First and 15 now. The handoff breaks it. And a good rush there.
A second carry of the game so far for John Singh. And we've seen that Sunnyslope likes to mix it up a little bit so far here. Again, I think they know that they expect the Broncos defense to prepare heavily for Luke Moga. So if they can mix that run game in there, that's going to go a long way to getting some points on the board here.
Completely, especially, you know, how we were talking earlier about how good Brophy secondary really is. Them using the ground game is going to be big in this matchup. First and 10 now, up on the 32. Moga looks to pass, darts it out quickly, gets it, and out of the hands. That last pass was to receiver Kenyon Clark.
What a dot that time by Luke Moga. I mean, again, there's the arm strength of Moga. Great throw that time, went right to Clark. Unfortunately, can you guess who was there that time? That's right, it was Cree Thomas. He had the pick earlier. There he is again. Cree Thomas making big strides here to open up the game.
Secondary doing its job now, but that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for this Viking squad. The snap, a handoff again, and no gain. If maybe he lost a few yards. John Singh, his 3rd rush of the game. And that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Well, of course, Kobe, you can expect Moga to make a throw here. The question is what kind. Is he going to go deep? We saw he went deep on 2nd down. Ultimately didn't work out here, but it'll be interesting to see what play they run.
Third and 9. Moga looking to pass, looking downfield. Breaks, cannot get away from the pressure. And a sack, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Bastian Vanden Bosch on the sack right there. And just another stop for this Broncos defense.
Well, that time Moga again did try going deep. You saw on your screen there that he had trips out to the right, 3 guys out there. Just not enough time to throw away that football. And Bastian Vanden Bosch, another legacy player here, son of former All-Pro Cardinals linebacker Kyle Vanden Bosch, comes up with a big 3rd down sack.
And with that, they will punt, and a fair catch right about the 40-yard line. And Brophy's going to head right back onto the field, looking to possibly make it 21-0 here in the first quarter.
And I don't mean to be rude, Kobe, when I say that I was expecting a Brophy blowout here, but so far it's been looking like that so far. You got a 6A team and a 5A team. And with how good Brophy played last week, it'll be interesting to see how Sunnyslope can keep up.
I completely agree. I mean, look, when you look at, there's already a disadvantage in terms of the 6A to 5A, and boy, is it playing out in the Broncos' favor so far.
And one interesting thing about Sunnyslope, too, they are 6A in every other sport besides football. Of course, the basketball team is known for state dominance so far in these last few years, especially they've gotten a rivalry with this Brophy Broncos basketball team, too, who've been really good. So it'll be interesting to see how these 2 football teams face off against each other. Of course, here the Broncos have an advantage, but Sunnyslope's going to have to be the ones that keep up.
And the Broncos heading back onto the field for their 3rd drive so far in this first quarter. First and 10, McGinnis gets the snap, hands it off quickly, and a big run. He breaks a tackle, and that'll be a 1st down for Brophy.
And Again, those offensive linemen have come to play so far for the Broncos. Carlos Estrada has had multiple big holes so far, and there's a good first down.
Had some runs from the right and the left, and quickly they give it right back to Estrada. He breaks another tackle, and he looks like he's going to get another Brophy first down.
And again, that smash mouth, no huddle, run and gun offense the Broncos run is working out really well so far for Carlos Estrada, especially with how that offensive line is played.
They're going to rule him, I believe, about a yard or two short. It'll be 2nd and 2 here. McGinnis gets the snap. He's looking to throw here. He tries escaping the pocket. He does get through, breaks a tackle, and he will be tackled right around the 22, and that'll bring up a Broncos first down.
And how about Charlie McGinnis? There's a guy who's known just as much for his legs as he is for his arm. Big scrambler last year when he was that starting quarterback in his junior year. And again, he's committed to play lacrosse at Hofstra, so he's good with his feet. A lot of running required in lacrosse. And again, there's that elusivity of Charlie McGinnis.
New set of downs here for the Broncos as they're looking deep. They go to the end zone. It is incomplete. Intended target, Dalen Sharper on that one.
Just a tough route that time for Dalen Sharper. He had it just within his reach, but a little bit of an overthrow that time. Couldn't haul it in. And good coverage as well that time too, though, is Devin Brody.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 now. Broncos trying to get into the red zone. The snap and flags are out. The play is dead.
Looks like it was a false start that time for the Broncos. It's getting a little too quick there. They wanted to mix things up, try something different. You can see on your screen in at running back right now, number 34, Harrison Chambers. You saw Charlie McGinnis starting to hand the ball off to him before the whistles were blown, but a little too jumpy at that time for Brophy, and that's going to push them back to 2nd and 15.
And another handoff now for 2nd and 15. Not a handoff, a fake pass, and he makes the touchdown. Even had me fooled up here. A fake handoff to an amazing touchdown.
Kobe, that play action was so nice that time that it even fooled you and I up here in the booth. I mean, we thought that they were running the ball out to the right. Meanwhile, Charlie McGinnis out there to his left, and the defenders looked confused too. I mean, none of us knew what was going on. Excellent play call that time by Coach Jewell, and yet another touchdown here in the first quarter for the Broncos.
Broncos looking to go up 21 now. 21 unanswered points so far for the Broncos to start this game off.
And again, there's that kicker switch up. They're going to have Eddie Chaton kick it and Connor Fury the hole.
An interesting decision after Fury making 2, but the decision works, and the 21st point for the Broncos goes through. And with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first quarter, it has been all Broncos.
21-0 so far here. There's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter, so the question will be, can Sunnyslope bounce back, or how many points will Brophy have on the board by the end of this football game? Well, Kobe, I saw on my Instagram feed earlier, there's actually a high school that played last night, and they were up 93-0 at halftime. So you wonder how many points the Broncos can get here before.
93-0. What an interesting score. I'd love to see a 93-0 game here today.
Final score of that game, 112-16.
Whew. Fury now takes the job of kicking off. Kicker switch and rolls here. And the kickoff. It'll roll out of bounds. Flag will be tossed. And the Vikings are going to get better field position.
Well, it's interesting, Kobe, here. That's the second time so far in the game where the Broncos have kicked it out of bounds on a kickoff.
Second time today. That'll move the Vikings up to about the 28-yard line to start things off here.
And you can't really blame the Broncos special teams either. It looked like it could have almost bounced in the end zone for a touchback. A good job by Slope that time to hold off, and that's going to get them better field position here as they try to come back down 21-0 already.
Every inch matters, especially in this game when you're down 21-0 to start things. Yeah, getting little flags like that will help. Moga now hands things off to start it off, but denied. John Singh doesn't seem to get anything going, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, it's been really tough so far for John Singh to get anything going, and you could tell that Sunnyslope has been trying to get that run game off to a quick start here so far, but it just hasn't worked out for them. You're going to have to wonder how much they're going to turn to Luke Moga here.
And the handoff back to Singh. Same thing, maybe about a yard or two more, and that'll bring up a 3rd and long.
A little bit more redemption here for John Singh. Definitely got a few more yards than he did last time when he was stopped right near the line of scrimmage. A little bit of an outside handoff. I would expect to throw with Moga here. Kobe, they have Trip Saxon again, this time to the left.
Loaded up with the trips over on the left. Moga snaps. He's looking left, has to break to his right, tries to scramble. He can't get anywhere, and he will be brought down. Got about 2 yards right there, but that'll bring up a 4th and 7.
Great pressure that time from the Broncos. Moga really had nowhere to go from the start. Shotgun, drop back, tried to look, had to roll out to his right. Face pressure, tried to do a little spin move there to get loose, and you could see that speed that he has. But great pressure that time from the Brophy defense forces yet another 4th down.
The Vikings now in punt formation. And a big return. Caught at about the 30-yard line, and he brought it all the way up to the 45, so a good return for the Broncos as they'll start things off for their 3rd drive.
Well, it's Cree Thomas that time on the turn. Again, he had that pick 6 earlier on Sunnyslope's first drive, but he's a guy, again, who normally returns kicks for the Broncos. And Kobe, as the game progresses, look to see Nathan Benzie out there too. They usually have the 2 of them out in the back. Well, Kobe, what do you think this Brophy offense is going to do here on the 4th drive of the game, already up 21-0?
4th drive of the game, I mean, I'm trying something new, you know. I'm trying to I may just kind of, handle the run game a little bit more. I think the running's been solid, and I just keep feeding your back.
Yeah, I think at this point it might just be about having fun out there.
Completely agree.
Is that CC Camerata in motion?
Snap. Gets it off. And a big gain. That'll be a 1st down and a little bit more. Nathan Benzie on the catch there.
Good improv that time by Charlie McGinnis, especially because he had Isaiah Ward right in his face. You could see he had the hands up, almost deflected that pass away.
Somewhat pump faked him before he made that throw.
Yeah, a little bit of a pump fake there. McGinnis got him to jump and then made that throw.
That'll get a new set of downs for this Broncos team.
And you can see here too, Kobe, it looks like the Broncos are starting to slow that offense down, especially with the score as the clock runs down here in the 1st quarter.
And it seems like they're going to let it down to finish off this 1st quarter. So after 1 quarter played, the Broncos leading the Vikings 21-0.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism.
We're back here as the start of the second quarter is getting kicked off. The Broncos currently have possession of the ball as they sit on the Vikings 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for them.
Brophy, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns in that first quarter, so let's see what they do here on their 4th possession.
McGinnis hands it off. And about a 7-yard gain. That last rush was Carlos Estrada again.
And again, there's all that running room that offensive line has created so far.
And Estrada gets it once more. And just an electric force. Every time I see him get the ball, it seems like he's already gotten 3 or 4 yards.
Well, we've seen a lot more of Carlos Estrada here tonight than we did in the first 2 games. First 2 games is all about, let's move the offense, let's get that quick tempo, but let's do it with a lot of short Charlie McGinnis passes. Now they're starting to evolve more, get Carlos Estrada the runs that he needs, and he's been feeding so far.
Feeding so far. And another first down. The Broncos are making their way up the Vikings territory. McGinnis now looking to throw. Quick pressure, tip, and caught. Jacob Boogie on the catch there.
Well, I'm amazed that Buggy even caught that pass, and I'm even more amazed that McGinnis was able to get that away. He had 2 guys right in his face that time. You saw he got pushed down as he made that throw, deflected in the air. That could have ended in disaster, but Jacob Buggy able to haul that in and save it from going anywhere south.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11 for these Broncos. And a quick pass out to Jax Ryan. And for about 4 yards, need about 3rd and 7.
Just a quick outside pass that time to Jax Ryan for his first completion of the game and makes it a more manageable 3rd down point.
Third and 6 now for the Broncos. McGinnis gives it back to Estrada. Estrada breaks a tackle, and he will get a Broncos first down.
Well, interesting the run here on 3rd down with Carlos Estrada, 3rd and 6. But with the way he's been playing so far in this game, Coach Jewell is confident he can get it out to him. They're going to give him a little bit of a breather here. You can see Harrison Chambers coming in at running back now. But what a great start to the game for Carlos Estrada.
What an impressive start. And, a new set of downs here for the Broncos. First and 10 here on the Vikings 23-yard line. McGinnis looking to throw. Tries to get a quick pass up the middle. That one, expected target, Jax Ryan cannot get the throw through, though. Good defense there, and that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that time it was the safety, Chris Castillo, there on coverage. Just made a dive out towards Jax Ryan's way, swatted that ball. And one thing I've noticed, Kobe, here is that we were talking about how Sunnyslope's defense will play after giving up so many points in their first few games. They've been able to manage Charlie McGinnis so far, but it's been Carlos Estrada in that run game that's really been taking off.
Completely agree with you. Second and 10 now. McGinnis hands the ball off. He gets that one off to Harrison Chambers, and a good, decent run for him.
Well, Estrada's still on the sidelines, getting a little breather there after all those runs he's had so far. And it is a 3-score game, too, so no reason not to put Harrison Chambers in the game. He actually started their practice game at the beginning of the season in a scrimmage against Coon Creek, so he's out here getting more touches so far.
McGinnis now, 3rd and 9, looking to throw. Gets it back to Chambers. Chambers gets a good run, and he will score. Seemed like the last guy he wanted to give it to, but it worked. A Broncos score and a 27-0 lead.
Well, Harrison Chambers may be small, but he's small but mighty. Wide open there on that right sideline. McGinnis had all day to throw to him. Wide open, just caught that quick wheel route that time. Took it straight to the house.
And the speed kills. 4th score of the day for the Broncos, 3rd by their offense. As there's a little bit of confusion there, but it'll be confirmed as a touchdown. Now Connor Fury on to kick the extra point. This will be his 3rd extra point try on the day. And the Vikings decide to call timeout here before the extra point. Talk it over a little bit before.
Interesting decision to call a timeout here on the extra point. I guess giving their guys a little breather. I mean, I'm not sure why you would call it before the extra point. Kind of a curious timeout. But let's see what Slope wants to do here. Maybe talk things over. They've given up all extra points so far. One thing I want to see if I'm Sunnyslope once you get the ball back is just to get some points on the board here. It's been a lot of 3 and out so far. So it's time for that offense to start getting going.
Especially when you have a guy who has 8 passing touchdowns this year. You're surprised to not see him going this early?
Well, I think Luke Moga, I don't know if it was a confidence drop or what after that first interception, but again, just a freak play that time for the Broncos, able to deflect it and pick it off with that deflection. It's been a very conservative offense so far. The Sunnyslope's coaches ran the ball a lot with John Singh, so I want to see some more throws here from Luke Moga.
Connor Fury back on to try to make this extra point. Ball is snapped, kick is up, and it is good. 28-0 now here in the second quarter.
And Kobe, I told you what I'm looking forward to from the Sunnyslope offense the next drive. What are you looking forward to?
I want to see the passing game, quite honestly. I mean, I've heard a lot about Luke Moga, and I just haven't seen it quite yet. So I'm interested to see. I've seen flashes of it. You know, we've seen the speed, we've seen the power of his throws, but I want to see it put all together for a drive.
Yeah, I was watching some of his film earlier, some old games of his. Speedy guy, elusive guy, strong arm. We saw that earlier. Almost got a 20, 30-yard gain that time before it was swatted away by Cree Thomas earlier in the game. But Luke Moga, very electric quarterback that hasn't really been used much so far. Looks like Kobe, there was a 15-yard penalty on Brophy, so they're going to have to kick this one further back.
You're going to be kicking it from the 25-yard line. And on to kick now, Eddie Jensen. The kick, a little bit of a squibbler right there as it bounces off. And it will end up being at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, squib kick, that time by Eddie Jeton. Just bounced towards that left sideline. Sunnyslope did touch it, so no flag on the play that time. Bounces out of bounds.
Definitely curious to see if no one would have touched that. Would that have fallen out of bounds? I think so.
I think so, too. And you saw the ref throw his flag, too, but he quickly picked it up after he realized that it was touched.
Now Luke Moga out for his 4th drive of the day. Z hands it off. And about 3 yards on the gain. The rush, sure on that. Alec Vargas on the carry.
New running back this time for the Vikings, mixing it up. It's been all John Singh on their first 3 drives. Now it's Alec Vargas.
Curious to see what this change will allude to. Now 2nd and 6 for the Vikings.
Quick officials timeout here as they're talking something over. I think they're exchanging footballs here.
Moga hands it off once more and stuffed for nothing. I mean, this defensive line for the Broncos today has just been insane. It doesn't seem like any running back, even Moga can break away for more than 5 yards.
Yeah, it was a high snap that time, and it was a high snap intentionally too because it was a draw play, but the Broncos were all over it that time, went absolutely nowhere. 3rd and 4 here for the Vikings. I would like to see a first down from them, which is something that has eluded them so far in this game.
And he looks to throw. He gets it off to Aaron Johnny. And the question is it enough for a first down? And the chains are moving up, so yes, indeed, it was enough for a Vikings first down.
Well, Aaron Johnny caught that right at that first down marker, pushed back a little bit, but he got the yardage he needed, and Sunnyslope finally gets that ever-elusive first down here. Let's see if they can get some points on the board this drive.
And a quick pass from Moga and a great catch from Dylan Dwiggins there.
Well, it was a little trickery that time there for the Vikings. You saw that they had Matt Kump in motion. Broncos thought they were going to do something in the backfield. Ended up being a deep throw to Dylan Dwiggins. And again, there's that arm strength of Luke Moga, finally able to do his thing. And the Vikings get some much-needed yards here.
And an impressive throw on the run, too. 2nd first down for the Vikings, something they haven't been able to do so far in this game. As Moga hands it off after a first down. Gave it off to Alec Vargas once again as he gets 1 or 2 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We saw Matt Kump in motion again, this time to the opposite side, and this time it was something in the backfield. Run with Vargas there. Kobe, it looked like that time on that play, one of the Broncos' helmets fell off. And fun fact, in that game against Williams Field, we had around 5 helmet malfunctions on that hot summer day.
Oh. Now 2nd and 6, only 1 today. That's nice so far. As Moga looks to pass, quickly has to scramble, rolling out right, and looks, Tries to get it to 10, tipped again. Could have been intercepted by Cree Thomas once again. But it'll just go incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was almost some deja vu right there for Luke Moga on that play. Had to roll out to his right, had Brandon Byrne right in his face, threw that down, deflected. Cree Thomas almost picked it off again. It was almost very similar to that interception he had earlier in the game, but this time he couldn't hold on.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6 for these Vikings.
Quick sigh of relief there for Sunnyslope, but they have to get something going now on 3rd down.
Any kind of points would be something nice for the Vikings. Is looking to throw here. Throws it out. Tries to get it to the intended target on that one, Alec Vargas, as he could not complete the pass, and that'll bring up 4th and 6.
Well, Moga had all the time in the world there on that pass. I couldn't tell if the flag was called or not that time on Alex Salome. He was covering him. Looked like the ref threw it down. There he is picking this up. This could be a potential pass interference here. Unless it is ruled in completion, we will have to see. But pass interference that time on Alex Salome. Vikings get an automatic 1st down, and they're now closer to that Brophy red zone, Cody.
Yeah, something that we haven't seen so far today. It's going to be interesting to see if they can take advantage of this time, or what we'll see happen.
Alex Salome usually plays linebacker, and when you have a linebacker drop back in coverage, sometimes it can lead to a few errors. There's one that time.
First and 10 with a new set of downs for this Viking squad. Looking to throw here. The pressure coming. Breaks his tackle. And he rushes up. And he'll get about 2 or 3 yards before running out of bounds.
Oh, man. Bastian Vandenbosch was all over Moga that time. He tripped him up by the ankles, and Moga somehow still able to stay on his feet. You saw Vandenbosch hit the ground there in frustration. But what a great run that time by Luke Moga, a scrambler. Of course, we said he's fast, elusive, electric on his legs, and he showed that time. Only 4 yards on the game, but able to escape the sack.
Yeah, I mean, he ran almost 20 yards back and was able to get 4 yards gain out of it. I mean, you just don't see that often from quarterbacks.
And again, it takes a special breed of quarterback to go play for the University of Oregon, and they're getting a good one in Luke Moga.
Now 2nd and 6 now on the Broncos 24. Moga looking to throw. He dumps it off. And no gain. Vargas couldn't get anything going. That's his 2nd pass of the game. 2nd catch, sorry.
Well, pressure that time again for the Broncos. The Sunnyslope offensive line really needs to step it up here. We've seen strong offensive line play from the Broncos here. That's something the Vikings need to have, because when you give Luke Moga time, he will deliver. He just doesn't have the necessary time that he needs.
Seems like every single snap that he's dropping back, he's having to scramble.
Oh, yeah, there's pressure all over the place so far this game.
Now 3rd and 9 for the Vikings. Looking to throw, the pressure coming. Breaks it, gets it up, and he incomplete outside of the hands. I mean, an impressive scrambling and throw from Moga, and just could not get it done.
Well, Luke Moga that time, again, what an improviser. The fact that he was able to evade that tackle, almost had a miracle Hail Mary throw in the end zone that time. Pass there was intended for number 10, Matt Kump. Just couldn't haul it in. It's going to be 4th down. And it looks like they're going to go for the field goal here.
Pass was good, but the coverage was just a little bit better. And, yeah, I mean, getting any points on the board would be something to write home about for this Viking squad, especially after having 28 unanswered points to start this game.
And this looks like it will be a 33-yard attempt.
The 33-yard attempt, it is up, and it is no good. So the Vikings still looking in search for their first points of the game, as the Broncos will take possession.
A tough call that time for Sunnyslope. Do you want to kick the field goal, or do you want to go for it here on 4th down? That time they elected to go for the field goal, 33 yards, and ultimately too short of a kick that time.
With now 4 minutes and 43 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, the Broncos will look to maybe score for the third time. I'm sorry, for their 35th point of the game.
Well, it's been 4 offensive drives and 4 touchdowns so far. The Broncos have not punted. They have not kicked a field goal. They have not turned the ball over. So it'll be interesting to see if they're going to go 5 for 5 here. Kobe, good amount of timeout here. What do you think they discussed in that little huddle?
I mean, if I'm talking to my squad, I'm telling them just to relax, enjoy the moment, live through it. I mean, this is at a good point for the Broncos where they can just kind of have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see 93-0 here for sure. It could be 35-0.
McGinnis with a quick pass. And a good gain there. Looks like it'll be enough for a Broncos first down.
It was CC Camarada at that time on the reception, just moved out to his left and had a solid gain there to go from a first down to another first down.
And it just seems like the production, everything is working, whether it's the pass game, whether it's the running game. They're getting distance, they're getting yards, they're getting what they need. Another pass to CC, and that's going nowhere. The play blown up in the backfield, and that'll bring up second and about 12.
Yeah, just a quick screen throw at that time to CC, ultimately going nowhere. Good recognition by the Slope defense.
Second and 10 now. McGinnis hands it off quickly. Strada. Oh, I apologize. Not a Strada on that one. That last run, Harrison Chambers, as he looks. So he gets a few yards. It won't be enough for a first down. It'll bring up third and short, though.
And Estrada's still getting a break here. Not injured, but resting on that Brophy sideline.
In times like these, you don't want some of your star players getting a chance to get injured. I mean, you're up 28-0. Relax those legs a little bit. McGinnis now hands it right back to Chambers. He looks like he's going to, well, he looked like he was going to get a first down, but we'll see if they give him forward progressions. It's right around there.
That was a dog pile that time. I believe he did cross that first down marker before he got pushed back, and indeed he did. It will be a first down. And again, there's that quick speed of Harrison Chambers. And Kobe, I will be interested to see if this continues to go the direction it's headed, if the Broncos will start to put in some of their subs in the later portion of the game.
I'm interested to see that as well, yeah, especially, I mean, I would say we'll see what the second half has to offer with 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. As McGinnis, taking it himself, seems to get nowhere. That'll bring up second down.
As an option that time for Charlie McGinnis. Again, good recognition by the Sunnyslope defensive line. One thing, Kobe, the defensive line for the Vikings have played well so far. It's really the linebackers in the secondary that have struggled out the gate.
And a couple yards on the gain for that play. And that'll bring up about 3rd and 8.
Just another quick screen pass that time. Looks like on 3rd down here, they'll be putting Carlos Estrada back in the game.
Getting Carlos Estrada back, I mean, we have seen them on a 3rd down hand him the ball, and it worked to fruition. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do here, 3rd and long.
Maybe a play action here on 3rd and 9.
McGinnis looking to throw now. Pressure coming. He gets it off to Estrada. Estrada makes a move, makes a guy miss, and he will get a Broncos first down. I mean, the yards after catch for that was an amazing play right there. The running game, I mean, he is just elusive on the field.
Yeah, there's Carlos Estrada there. They put him back in the game for that 3rd down. And, of course, McGinnis is going to look his way that time. Wide open there. Good little check down pass. And Estrada elusive as always for that first down.
New set of downs for the Broncos as they're looking to pass again. McGinnis looking out, throws it deep, and no one can make the grab there. In between 2 receivers there. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Well, he had the distance that time, just threw it down a little bit. That time it was intended for Nico Rodriguez. They're still showing first down. I believe this should be a second down here. Unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Oh! Estrada loses the ball. And he is down on the field. It looks like a Vikings recovery.
Well, the ball came loose that time. Carlos Estrada got a big hit on him. And the unfortunate part of this play, Carlos Estrada is down on the field.
Sorry, I forgot.
Always hate to see it when a player gets down like that.
Coach Jewell trying to clear his guys on the sideline there, give Carlos some space as the athletic trainers go to check out what's going on there. Hopefully he's okay. Well, best case scenario, Kobe, this is just a little bit of cramping here for Carlos Estrada. I mean, we did see him out for a good portion of this last drive. And in these hot summer months, late August, early September in Arizona football, when players don't stay hydrated as well as they should be, it leads to a lot of cramping on the field. And we've seen that throughout all of high school football so far.
Heat is no joke. Right at kickoff, we were at about 106 degrees. Now we're looking at a measly about 100 degrees.
Just a measly 100.
Hoping for the best here for Estrada. Looks like he's going to be able to get up, not on his own though. A little bit of help. A round of applause for him as he is going to head off of the field with a little bit of a limp on him.
Not good news here. Carlos Estrada, unfortunately, looking to be in visible pain on that sideline. Let's pray for the best. And Kobe, I feel like there was really no need to put him back in there, especially after that third down with it being 28-0.
Completely agree. I was just about to mention, I mean, he's done his job. Estrada, the junior, I mean, he has done what he needed to do today. I think he's given his team a good enough of a jolt, and I wouldn't rush him into anything.
Yeah, sometimes overuse just unfortunately leads to injury.
1st and 10 for Moga. He quickly gets it off. That pass to Aaron Johnny for about 3 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd down.
Pass to Johnny that time. Good recognition and coverage by Marlon Colbert there.
Quickly going back to the pass. Moga throws it up, tries to get it. The intended target on that one, Ryan Warner, but the defense too strong.
Excellent coverage that time by Jacob Buggy on Ryan Warner. Didn't touch Warner at all, just turned his head around, swatted that ball away. Great defensive stop. And we've seen a lot of man-to-man coverage so far in that Broncos secondary, and it's worked out well for them.
Now a 3rd and 8. 53 seconds left on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. Vikings looking to try to put some points on the board before this first half will close out. Third and 8. Flag thrown on the play. Moga looking out. Tries to get away. Breaks the sack. Fakes the throw. And he's able to get a 1st down.
Luke Moga that time with a Houdini-esque play. Bootleg to his right. Ultimately zigzagged his way all the way back down to the other side of the field, out to his left. Reached out for the 1st down that time before going out. But let's see what that penalty marker was at the beginning of the play. And this one could be coming back here.
The call is an ineligible receiver downfield from the Vikings, and they will have to do 3rd down again.
And despite the call that time, Kobe, you have to admire the escapability of Luke Moga.
To go from one side of the field to the other, if horizontal yards were a thing, he'd have a lot of them today.
Looks like despite the call, Kobe, this is still going to end up being a slope first down. It appears there's a penalty against the Broncos as well.
So the penalties cancel each other out, and yeah, we're looking at a Vikings first down at about the 50-yard line. Moga looking to throw, rolling out to his right, trying to find something he can't. He does. Finds Mac Kump on that one.
A lot of bootlegs so far here for Luke Moga. I think the slope offense knows that Brophy's going to go after on the blitz all the time. We've seen the Sunnyslope offense can't really compete with that Brophy defense so far here. They've been pressuring Moga almost every throw. So he's been consistently going back and out towards his right. That time, able to make a quick throw to Kump. It'll be interesting to see how quick they play here, Kobe, with 34 seconds left in the half. Looks like we're going to get a Sunnyslope timeout here. So, Kobe, take us to that Sunnyslope sideline right now. What do you think they're talking about?
I mean, if you're Sunnyslope with 34 seconds left, the biggest thing, points. You got one more timeout that you can use if you need it. Try to get something. You know, if you can go big and get a touchdown, go for it. But if you're running out of time and you think you can kick a field goal, go for it. Anything other than some donuts on the scoreboard. That's what I'm telling my guys.
Well, I think if you're Sunnyslope right now, you might want to drop a little passing play here for Luke Moga. Maybe try to get into field goal range again, a little closer than the 33-yard kick, but whatever can get you some points before the end of the first half.
With 34 seconds left in this second quarter, the Vikings will head back onto the field. One timeout remaining for them. Moga now rolling out to his left, trying to find something. He throws it up, and it is brought in. Dylan Dwiggins. A 40-yard pass, and this is exactly what the Vikings needed to get going. Getting some points on the board before this half end was huge for them.
Well, what a way to get your first points on the board. Luke Moga, absolute cannon of an arm, throws it that time right to Dwiggins in the end zone, able to haul that in on a miraculous catch, and with 25 seconds left, Sunnyslope finally gets some points on the board.
But it looks like this may be, nope, never mind, called a touchdown. A flag was thrown.
Score is good after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense.
So it looks like it was unsportsmanlike conduct that time on the offense, maybe getting a little too celebration-y. I don't know if that's the word, but lots of celebrations after they got their first points on the board, so that's going to count against them on their kick. But the touchdown does count in there.
First touchdown of the game for the Vikings. 25 seconds left here in this second quarter. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Vikings put some points on the board late in this first half. And with 25 seconds left, I'm curious to see, what do you think, Avi, that the Broncos are going to do with these 25 seconds left?
Honestly, I don't think they're going to push it too much. They do have 3 timeouts left. I don't think they're going to elect to use any of them. They might just run the clock out here and game plan for the second half. But, Kobe, I'm curious to hear your opinions on this. You know, any scoring play is going to be a confidence booster, but when you're down as big as you were, and you have a play as crazy as that one, how much confidence do you think that instilled in that slope?
It gives you something to talk about in the second half. You have a lot of negatives that you could have brought up, and now you get one positive. You get something to work from, you know? I mean, it's so much easier to get something going when you have something. So just to get something is important for this squad.
Yeah, well, we saw the players fired up. We saw the sideline fired up, too. We saw the refs even fired up because the players were fired up. So that's going to install some confidence here in Sunnyslope moving forward, and especially entering that second half.
Completely. Gives you something to work on, gives you something to strive for, and yeah, they elected to kick, so they're going to be able to receive in the second half. So, you know, if you get started hot, you never know what can happen in the second half.
Looks like Sunnyslope will have to kick a little further back here after that unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Dylan Kunan on the kick. The kick is up. It is caught and dropped, picked back up, taken about the 20, taken down at about the 22, and a flag is down in the backfield. We'll see what this is about.
Curious kickoff that time. Kickoff was muffed. Eventually recovered, went out towards his left, ran down. We do have a flag here on the field.
We also have an injured Viking over on the other side of the field.
It looks like this flag will be against Brophy, so they're going to be pushed back here with 19 seconds left. And again, I do believe they're going to run out the clock here, but it does look like there is an injured Viking towards their sideline.
Penalty enforcement. Results in first and 10 Broncos.
So with that, the Broncos will start at their own 11-yard line. And yeah, at this point, if I'm the Broncos, yeah, I'm taking it to the second half.
I think that has to be the game plan here with just 19 seconds left to go. Especially with how far back they are, too. Just regroup here. Get your defense ready for Slope's first drive on the second half. Again, they won that coin toss in the third. So like you said, they will be the ones to receive. So just regroup here for the second half. You're already up by 3 scores. So just find a way to maintain that lead.
Broncos take a knee.
And the Broncos take a knee, and it looks like they will indeed let the clock run out.
Kobe, what were your thoughts on that first half?
An interesting first half for sure. The Broncos definitely were competitive to start this thing off, but now I'm curious to see what the second half has in store.
Yeah, Brophy came out rolling out the gate. Again, they went 4 for 4 on drives before that fumble on their 5th possession. Sunnyslope struggled out the gate. Finally got some points on that board on that Luke Logan Hail Mary. So let's see what they do here to start the second half.
Completely agree. What a good first half. I'm excited to see what the second half has in store.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as the social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester, I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as the social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sport. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
My name is Kyle Krikorian, and I'm a sophomore studying journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am thrilled to join the Varsity Media Foundation as a technical director following Horizon High School football this fall. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krikorian.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Webster and I'm a senior at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This semester I will be joining Varsity Sports Show as a social media manager. I'm excited to promote and make engaging and informative content this semester.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
And we are back here as the second half is starting to begin on their way. A Bronco lead as of now, 28-7. Now, Avi, I have a question for you. What are some of the keys to the game for the Vikings in this second half?
Well, first of all, get some points on the board. That was their main struggle in the first half. Took until their very last drive of the first half to make that happen. Obviously, a crazy throw by Luke Moga, their quarterback, the University of Oregon commit. He's been playing very well. Number two, let Luke Moga throw the ball more. I mean, he's been the reason their offense has been rolling so far as of late. Tough start out the gate. They tried running with John Sling a lot. Didn't really work out. So the more Luke Moga can get involved, the more Sunnyslope will score. And then for Brophy here, I think number one, you just got to keep playing your game and having fun. I mean, you're already up by 3 scores here as we enter the second half, so they just got to go out there and do what they have to do. Make sure you maintain that lead. Of course, you were up by 2 scores against Williamsfield in week 1 with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and we all know how that game ended. So just make sure you have a maintainable lead and just go and have some fun out there.
I agree. Maintaining that lead is going to be a big thing for these Broncos here. I mean, yeah, you saw it last week. I mean, they were up 2 scores with, or I'm sorry, not last week, 2 weeks ago. They were up 2 scores with 3.5 minutes left, and they were unable to hold on to that lead. So definitely security is one thing that I think the Broncos want to have coming into the second half.
Well, Kobe, Sunnyslope were the winners of the coin toss earlier. They elected to defer, so now they're going to be receiving here to open the second half.
Eddie Jensen will kick things off. And a little bit of a squib kick. Actually, that kick was by Connor Fury. As Jetson looked like he was going to kick, and Fury snuck in and was able to get it to about the 47-yard line.
And interestingly here, Kobe, a lot of outside kicks so far in this game for both Fury and Jeton.
Utilizing both of those kickers now. And a big drive for the Vikings here. I mean, putting some points on the board would go a long way considering their last drive ended in 7.
Well, I think that was a big confidence boost there, that Luke Moga Hail Mary out to Wiggins in the end zone, and I think they're going to have to keep playing their game so far. And no pressure here, too. You're down by 3 scores with 11:58 left to play. I mean, the third quarter is really just starting, so there is a lot of time to get back into this football game if you are the Vikings.
Biggest thing for that Vikings team, too, is the defense. Like we had talked about earlier, a lot of points given up in their first 2 games, and even here early, already given up 28. Got a couple of stops at the end of that second quarter, but they're going to need to buckle down if they want to have a chance at winning this game. The first snap is a handoff. And a good run for about 8 yards, a flag on the play. That run right there by John Singh. He found his way back onto the field.
Well, some redemption here for John Singh. Couldn't really get it going. I think the biggest gain he probably had in that first half was 3 or so yards. I think it's a good 5-6 yards here, and there's going to be a horse collar tackle as well, so that's going to be an automatic first down.
Flags today have gone a long way for this Viking squad. Seems like they've had a couple of plays that just get extended, a couple of drives that got extended just because of some flags.
A 9-yard gain that time for John Singh. If he can keep consistently doing this and get back into this game, that's going to be a big help for that Sunnyslope offense.
1st and 10 now in Bronco territory at the 38-yard line. Mogamoshi's King to the left side of him. He takes a snap, gives it to King. King pushes it up the middle for about 3 or 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Another run here for John Singh. Again, they're trying to get him back into the game here. We saw they switched to their other running back, but that didn't really work out so well. So that was Alec Vargas who they put in the game for John Singh earlier. But here he gets a 9-yard gain, a 4-yard gain. And I don't know what got into him during halftime, but something lit a fire under John Singh.
Now 2nd and 6 here. Moga gets a snap, looking to throw. Pressure coming, and he'll just have to throw it out of play. Good pressure right there from the Broncos defense, and that'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Well, yeah, a lot of pressure that time from the Iowa commit, Devin Kennedy. Actually didn't start playing football until his junior year last year. He was a track and field guy. His dad used to play for Penn State, went on to play for the New York Giants. Now here Devin Kennedy is forging his own football legacy.
Third and 6 now for Sunnyside. They have trips out on the left-hand side. Moga takes a snap, looking to throw here, in trouble, and he will get brought down. A huge sack for the Broncos, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, last play was a lot of pressure from Devin Kennedy. This time it's Brandon Byrne that gets in there, makes the sack on Moga, and Sunnyslope's going to have to punt here.
I mean, a big problem here that I've seen is that offensive line for the Vikings. I mean, even on the touchdown play that the Vikings had, that was a scramble play. It seems that every single throw that Moga's making is under pressure, and it's hard to build a good offense around that.
Well, it's been a tale of two offensive lines here in this game. Brophy's strong and consistent throughout the entire game. Sunnyslope's the complete opposite of that. Moga's been under pressure almost every snap he's taken.
And with that sack, they're going to have to punt. They move out of field goal range. The punt is up, and it will go into the end zone, be considered a touchback. And Broncos will retain possession.
Cree Thomas wisely takes the bounce that time, just lets it roll in the end zone. Let's see if Carlos Estrada comes out on the field. Hopefully he is okay. Went down earlier in the game with an injury, so it'll be interesting to see if he's back in at running back for the Broncos or if they're going to have to stick with Harrison Chambers.
And Harrison Chambers, you know, he did have the touchdown earlier, so not a bad option to have to go to.
Absolutely not. Estrada, of course, the main running back, but they've been relying on Harrison Chambers a lot, too. As I mentioned earlier, he started that scrimmage game against Queen Creek, and he's had a good amount of snaps here, as it looks like he'll stay in the game.
First and 10 now for the Broncos. First drive of the second half. Moga gets it quickly, throws it off, gets it out to Jax Ryan. Doesn't get too many yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and about 7.
Well, Coach Jewell loves calling these short little screen throws here. We saw that a lot in the first quarter. This time that's going to be the Broncos' first play of the second half. That screen throw that time to Jax Ryan. Not too many yards that time, though.
Okay, no worries. I mean, it's not super crooked, so it'll be fine for now. But it's just right by where the three props come together, like on the tripod up at the top. Like this.
Quick pass and caught for a first down. Jax Ryan, his 2nd catch of this drive, and that'll bring up a Broncos first down.
Well, McGinnis looks towards Ryan's way again, this time around the middle. A little slant route that time for Jax Ryan. Easy first down.
And you're right, these quick passes today for the Broncos have been coming in clutch for them.
That's a part of that run and get offense.
And McGinnis takes it himself after the read option, and he has free space, breaks a tackle, the 30, the 20, and gets taken down at about the 15. What a rush for McGinnis.
Excellent play call that time by Coach Jewell. We've seen them run the option a few times so far this game. This time they had that Vikings defense completely fooled. Everybody went Harrison Chambers' way to the right, did not look towards Charlie McGinnis on the left, and a big gain that time by the quick Charlie McGinnis.
48 yards on the gain on that play, and he moves them all the way up to the goal line. To the red zone, I apologize. Getting close to the goal line.
Almost there. You can see CC Camarada motioning to the left on your screen.
After the big gain, the 1st and 10 play is a handoff and a big run. Chambers breaks the tackle, and he will get up at about the 3 or 4 yard line as another good run.
Well, the speed of Harrison Chambers that time in effect, but even able to bulldoze his way through that time.
Second and 2 now for the Broncos. McGinnis hands it off again. Chambers gets it. Quickly brought down. He may have gotten a yard on that one. Not sure if it was enough for the first down.
Sorry about that. Tried to get a quick run that time for Harrison Chambers. Just punch it in the end zone there.
And
you were saying, I'm sorry.
it will be a first down. That's all I was going to say.
Oh, yeah. But Harrison Chambers that time, unfortunately, just not big enough to kind of power his way through. I think Coach Jewell looking for a power run that time, just couldn't get it.
Now first and goal for the Broncos. And they give it to Chambers. No, they do not. McGinnis throws it. Touchdown, Broncos. Another fake handoff that works to perfection.
Just a simple play action that time for Charlie McGinnis. Rolls out to his right. Quick throw to Christian Camerata. CC wide open in the end zone. CC Camerata, great touchdown. And the Broncos now with one extra point to make it 35-7.
And Connor Fury now to take on the extra point. They've been just kind of picking and choosing who they want to throw out there for either extra point or the kickoff. And it's been working no matter who it is. The extra point good, and a 35-7 lead. The Broncos are winning.
And the versatility of those Broncos kickers, it's sort of like a pick your poison for Sunnyslope. Do you want to face Fury or do you want to face Shatan? Because both of them equally as consistent.
Now, if you're the Vikings, what's going on in this huddle right here, Avi? What do you think they're talking about?
Points, points, points. You're down 35-7. Of course, a 28-point deficit in the third quarter is not what you've been looking for so far in this game. So if you can get some points on the board, that would be great. But I would try to mix it up here a little. We've seen too many runs here with John Singh, and while he sort of redeemed himself on that last drive, I'd like to see a lot more of Luke Moga. They've been very conservative with how many times they've used him throughout this game, and I'm curious as to why. But I think he is also responsible for the sole touchdown that Sunnyslope has. They need to get him more involved.
Luke Moga, only one passing touchdown today, 8 in his first 2. As the Broncos kick it off, and the Vikings are just going to let that be a touchback, and they'll head on to the field. 8 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the third quarter.
One thing I've noticed, Kobe, the Broncos with a little bit of a more relaxed attitude so far. Sometimes their guys get a little fired up on the sideline, especially in close games. Try to light a fire in them. But here with the 28-point lead, they've been a little more relaxed here and just playing their game.
Completely agree. Now they're in a good spot to keep on doing that. Moga hands it off for about maybe a loss of yards on that play. Alec Vargas, the running game past Moga, really, just has been stagnant, if even there.
Sunnyslope needs to stop running the football. I'm sorry I have to say it. They need to stop running the football. If you want to get some points on the board, especially in a 28-point game, you need to throw the ball with Luke Moga, and I don't know why they haven't been doing that.
Completely agree with you. The ball needs to be up in the air a little bit more, and I think part of the reason is because they don't have much time when they put it in the air.
Yeah, Brophy's secondary has been too good so far.
Now Moga looking to pass, quickly gets it off, and just about no gain, smothered at about the line of scrimmage. Matt Kump was the receiver on that play.
Yeah, Matt Kump, the receiver. Jack Sebald, the defender that time, just ready for the hit. And again, they haven't thrown that much with Moga, but when they do that, Brophy's secondary has been terrorizing those Slope receivers.
Just one catch today, over 20 yards for the Vikings. And that was that touchdown play. With 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this third quarter. 3rd and 12 for Moga. He quickly gets the snap, tries to roll out right, tries to go back left, and he gets taken down. The Broncos defense today.
Well, that was a much-needed third down that time. They had to convert, couldn't do it. Brandon Byrne gets in there for his second sack of the football game, and Sunnyslope yet again has to punt. 2 drives so far in the second half for Sunnyslope, 2 Brandon Byrne third down sacks.
They are starting to close the door.
Closing the door, of course, something Brophy struggled with against Williams Field. It was something they had to do, but they couldn't. Definitely doing it much better in this game. This looks out of reach.
Looking like a tough one. The Vikings end up punting, and bounced off of the hands of the Brophy returner. But Reed Thomas is able to take it, and it will be Broncos ball at about the 48-yard line.
Little bit of a scare that time for the Broncos. Crew Thomas muffs the punt. Fortunately for them, he's able to jump right back on it. There could have been a big turnover that time.
With great field position, too. Already in Viking territory to start off this drive. McGinnis quickly hands it off. About a gain of 3 there from Chambers, and that'll bring up about a 2nd and 7.
The Broncos have tried to make this the Harrison Chambers game, not just because Carlos Estrada has been out, because there's really no need to use Charlie McGinnis too much. Again, we want to try to avoid overuse here in the heat, and especially with the lead that they have so far.
2nd down, McGinnis gives it to him, kind of loses it, picks it back up, and is able to get a few yards out of it. Weird play right there, but McGinnis able to hold on to it after dropping in and pick up a few yards while he's at it.
Yeah, awkward situation that time. McGinnis tried to hand the football off to Harrison Chambers. Chambers did not hold on to the football, fumbled it. McGinnis had to go back on it, actually was able to get a few yards that time.
That'll bring up 3rd and about medium, 3rd and 6. McGinnis looking to pass. He quickly gets it off. And that'll be a 1st down for the Broncos. Jax Ryan on the catch right there. And that'll move up those chains.
Jax Ryan just left wide open that time on that left sideline, able to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, a lot of these passes today from the Broncos have just been quick. They have not let much time pass off the clock before they get it out of their hands.
And they're running that style of offense that they're used to, that quick run and gun style, and it's worked out so far.
New set of downs. McGinnis looking to throw here. He gets it off quickly again, gets it to Jax one more time. And for about a gain of 7. It'll still be a 2nd down, but a good gain. Kind of the same play right there. Found him in the same spot and able to get a few yards out of it.
Yeah, they love doing a lot of repeats here. You'll see a lot of quick screen-to-screen plays, a lot of quick bootleg plays. That time it was just quick throws out to Jax Ryan.
Just not giving the defense any time to react.
No.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 5 here. Broncos pushing to get into the red zone. They hand it off. Chambers cannot get anywhere. Looks to be stuffed right around the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good stop that time for the Slope defense. Carson Chambers hasn't really had as much room to run as Carlos Estrada had earlier in the game. And they've started to make adjustments towards that Brophy O-line.
The defense definitely coming out stronger than they did in the 1st quarter, the Vikings defense. McGinnis now looking out right, trying to go deep, throws it in. Will they rule the touchdown? The pass was to Nicholas Rodriguez. And they're going to mark it right about at the 1 or 2 yard line. Just couldn't get in there, but a big gain, and that'll be 1st and goal now for the Broncos.
Yeah, just an inch or 2 short, but Charlie McGinnis went out to his right a little, had all the time in the world to throw, found Nico Rodriguez right at the 1 yard line. All they have to do is sneak it in.
And a QB sneak, and he's in there. Touchdown, Broncos.
There it is. That's going to make this almost a 35-point game. And as I said, all they got to do is sneak it in there. Just a few inches to go, and that's exactly what they do. Charlie McGinnis, what a start to the season he's had.
An amazing pass right there. I mean, just finds it. He seems like he's finding the field today. A lot of guys getting a lot of receptions. He's spreading the ball out. I mean, even from last week, you know, when you have Dalen Sharper getting 100 yards, and I haven't seen much of him today at all. So that just shows a lot to McGinnis, him using the whole field, finding new guys, and just making it work with whoever he's got out there.
Yeah, and when you have such a versatile wide receiver core, it really doesn't matter who's out there on this field, especially if you are Charlie McGinnis and you have that stellar quarterback position. But he has such a good receiving core that it doesn't matter who's out on the field. It could be CC Camarada, it could be Jax Ryan, Jacob Buggy, Nico Rodriguez, Devin Fitzgerald, Darylyn Sharper, dare I name every single receiver on this Broncos offense. Doesn't matter who it is, at the end of the day, McGinnis and his receivers will get the job done.
With 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in this third quarter, the Broncos currently lead 42-7. Connor Fury now stepping up to kick off. And what are the Vikings doing right now? What are we thinking if we're on that Vikings sideline right now?
I think at this point, just play your game. You're down by 35. It's going to be a running clock here based off those new AIA rules. So the clock's just going to keep going. Play your game and see if you can get some points. Get that clock to stop and go back to normal.
The kick is at about the 3-yard line, and they bring it up to about the 20-yard line. So about a 15-yard return for Dylan Dwiggins, the only touchdown for the Vikings so far.
And let's talk about that speed-up rule, excuse me. And it's a special rule they just implemented this year. It happens if you're up by 42 or more in the first half, or 35 or more in the second half, which is our case. The game clock will continue to run unless the game is stopped for a team timeout, an official's timeout, a score, a change of possession, or a legal kick play. So that clock will keep running.
Something to keep in mind here, and the Vikings go right back to the running game. Why not pass it? Why not pass it to the Vikings right here?
I'm not really sure. I think maybe they want to conserve Luke Moga for a closer game. It's not like you're running out the clock here, just letting this game end because the clock is already running.
Right.
Maybe they just want to conserve their quarterback. They really have no use for him here down 35.
Well, 2nd and 12 now. Moga looking to throw, quickly gets it off. Tries to do a little bit what the Broncos have been doing all day. Can't get it to work though, throws it out of bounds, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 12.
But did you see how high the throw was from Luke Moga that time? I think there's a little bit of rust on that play. He hasn't really thrown the ball so far, and it's shown.
He definitely hasn't been able to throw the ball without being moving on his legs. I think that's one big thing. I mean, there have not been many throws today where he was not on the run.
Well, this game pretty much being over, it looks like Case Vandenbosch is warming up on the sideline. He might come into the game for Charlie McGinnis a little later. Looks like we'll get a timeout here. Officials timeout.
An officials timeout right here. Have the clock stopping at 1 minute and 48 seconds. Again, not many things that will stop the clock, but an officials timeout is one of the few.
And Kobe, let me ask you this. If you're Sunnyslope and you know that Brophy is most likely going to put their subs in for that 4th quarter, do you do the same or do you keep your guys out there and just try to experiment for the next game?
You know, you're 1-1 on the season. It's early. Honestly, I personally think that, yeah, leave them out there. Let them play. You're going to have your backups in, and maybe this will be the time that the things can get a little bit more competitive for them, and you got to work from somewhere. I think putting in your subs at this point does no good. Let the players play, and, yeah, see what they can do.
I'd have to agree. I think if you're Sunnyslope, just try some new things out there. Maybe let Luke Moga do his thing for a little bit and see what you can salvage out of this game. Look towards the positive and bring that with you into next week.
Moga now looking to throw, rolling quickly out to his right, as per usual. Tries to get it, cannot complete the pass. The intended target on that one was Ryan Warner, and that'll bring up another 4th down. With the clock still running, Vikings look like they're going to punt.
And I'm not going to lie, Kobe, based off the sense I get from the crowd, it seems like everybody wants to go home already because of how bad this is. So maybe it's good that that running clock is in there. It speeds the game up a little bit. Gives these guys a little bit of a break, too.
Completely agree, especially with how hot it is right now. I think the Broncos are enjoying being able to slow it down a little bit.
And I do see I do see Case Vandenbosch in that huddle for the Broncos, so I wonder if he'll come out here for Charlie McGinnis and play through that fourth quarter.
I think if you're the Broncos, I don't see why you don't do that. I mean, right now, you're playing a 5A team. You know that you are the better team coming into it. The score has obviously shown it. Why risk any injury?
Looks like Chuck will stay out on the field for the time being, but we'll have to see if they make any changes in the fourth quarter.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Forgot for a second.
And a handoff.
Number 23, Jose Luis Sevilla, ball carrier, tackled by number 52, Shaker.
We had a new ball carrier that time. That was Jose Luis Sevilla, so third running back in the game so far for Brophy.
Still feel bad. I missed like an entire quarter.
Losing yardage on the play, but that will end the third quarter. So all said and done, 42-7 after 3 quarters played. The Broncos are winning this one.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape.
And we're back here as the second down and 12 play seems to go nowhere. Again on the carry, that was Jose Luis Avila. And that'll bring up third and long.
And I'll tell you what, finally at long last, they make that quarterback change. Charlie McGinnis gets to take a nice little break here in that fourth quarter. Case Vandenbosch is in at quarterback. His twin brother Bastion plays linebacker. Of course, their father is special teams coordinator Kyle Vandenbosch.
His first pass of the game is going to be incomplete. The intended target on that one was Chase Weber.
Yeah, Chase Weber, a guy that usually doesn't get too much playing time for the Broncos because, again, he is young, he is a junior. So a lot of these junior sophomore guys are now in the game, and that gives them a good opportunity to really develop here. And that's the advantage of building up such a big score.
Yeah, I mean, how you look at it, like when you asked me earlier about Sunnyslope, pulling their guys, and two different teams, when you look at what the Broncos have done so far today, I think it's completely reasonable to throw your juniors and sophomores out there. But yeah, when you're the Vikings, it just makes sense to keep that competition up to try to keep the competitive edge.
Yeah, and tail of two teams, Brophy, a team that has state playoff aspirations open, if not 6A. Sunnyslope, a team that has 5A playoff aspirations, but just can't keep up with the big guys.
Brophy now punting. That ball lands at about the 30. They're going to let it roll. Brophy follows it, and they touch it at about the 15-yard line. So a good punt, and the Vikings will head onto the field.
Well, let's preview both of their games coming up next week. Brophy will be back home again. They'll be here for Thursday night football against Chaparral on Thursday, September 14th. You can catch that game on the Varsity Sports Show. And meanwhile, for Sunnyslope next Friday, they'll be visiting Notre Dame Prep, another 5A school that Brophy will be playing in 2 weeks. Notre Dame, one of the best teams in 5A, so it'll be interesting to see if Sunnyslope can bounce back against a formidable foe.
Moga now back onto the field as he just hands it off to his running back. Gave that one off to Alec Vargas. He's been busy so far in this second half.
And I think we're just going to see a majority runs here for Sunnyslope in this fourth quarter.
John Sink, the ball carrier, tackled by number 94, Noah Hubbard, with number 4,
and not a handoff. Moga looking to throw. Again, rolling out to his right, and he gets taken down. Doesn't get anywhere.
Well, Moga gets a chance to play with the football, but unfortunately for him, he can't throw. It's just a run. Bastian Vandenbosch that time on the tackle forces him out of bounds. And I question, Kobe, if we're even going to see Luke Moga make a single pass here. It's 3rd and 7, so we'll see if he throws here. But if not, I don't think he's going to throw for the whole 4th quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And, you know, when you're a guy like Moga, you kind of take a different perspective on it. You know, you're a guy, you have aspirations going somewhere else. Do you really want to risk yourself in a game that's 42-7?
It's the same with Charlie McGinnis, too. 2-star quarterbacks here, both already committed to the schools of their choice, so they just get a good breather.
Third and 7 now. Moga maybe looking to throw, rolling out to his right, gets it up to no one. Has to throw it out of bounds there. And that'll bring up 4th and 7. Seems like the Vikings are just kind of doing offense as usual.
I think they're just trying to run their game right now and just see how it goes. Meanwhile, Brophy's also just out here chilling on the field, doing what they can, trying to run that clock down and send these fans home.
Even with some of their backups in so far, I mean, still looking as dominant as ever. The punt is up, lands at about the 48-yard line. Camarado ends up taking it, and the Broncos offense coming right back out with 7 minutes and 43 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
And the thing about that Chaparral game next week for the Broncos, it's going to be a very, very different game from the tone here against Sunnyslope. Of course, you're playing a 5A team that you expected to blow out coming into this game, but next you're playing a school rival and a divisional foe, so that's going to be a tough battle here, especially because it's going to be a shorter rest. Instead of having that full 7 days, you're only going to have 6 days since you're playing on Thursday night.
Quarterback for the Broncos, number 18, Grant Gidry.
Grant Geardy here right now as he rolls out to his right, throws it up, and incomplete pass.
Quarterback change again, Grant Goodry here.
Flag thrown out of the play, though.
Looks like that could have been a pass interference that time. Throw was intended to the senior, Leo Roth.
So, seemed like there was a little bit of contact there.
Looks like that little bit of contact will result in a pass interference, so the Broncos get to move the chains.
First and 10 Broncos at the 37. Back to the
First and 10 now after the pass interference. And a quick handoff. Chambers quickly gets brought down. Ball comes out. And it looks like Sunnyside's going to retain possession.
So Sunnyslope is saying they have it. Looks like it was a Brophy fumble. We'll see who recovers it. Recovered by Brophy.
And Brophy does retain possession.
So Sunnyslope signaled that they had the fumble. Broncos able to fall back on it. We do have a Bronco injured on the field, though, Kobe.
Not a good sign at all. After losing Estrada earlier in this game, it stinks to see another guy go down, especially this late in the game.
It's very unfortunate. Hopefully, again, it's just a cramp because it's those hot summer days, but you do not want to lose guys to injury this early in the season, and you always hate to see people get injured as well.
Quickly able to get up, though, and assist himself off the field, so good signs there.
Looks like that's Jose Luis Sevilla, so hopefully the Broncos don't lose 2 of their running backs tonight because 2 out of their 3 running backs have been injured. This also means Harrison Chambers will most likely come back and finish out the game. Or not, looks like he's heading to the bench. They might get their 4th string running back out here.
second and 10.
Clock winding down, 5 minutes and 57 seconds left. The quick handoff, breaks a tackle. Looks like he might be able to get a first down here.
That's running back Julian Tumialan. He's a junior. That's actually the 4th running back used by the Broncos this game.
I mean, powerful run right there. Times like these are when guys like that can really make a name for themselves, give themselves an opportunity to maybe get some more playing time in the future. He gets the ball back for a second time, but nothing doing right there.
Yeah, these young Broncos have been playing relatively well so far, but just no yardage that time.
Second and 13 now. Another handoff. Breaks a few, gets a few more yards. Won't be enough for the first down, though. It'll be about 3rd and short. Third and 7 now for the Broncos. Looking to throw here. Looking up, and they're able to get a first down, it looks like.
These young Broncos getting good experience here, good strides. Great play by Goodry to roll out to his left and make that throw. Able to pick up the first down here, 1st and goal. Excuse me, almost 1st and goal, but deep in that red zone. Looks like the clock is still rolling here, Kobe, with about 3:30 left to play.
Curious to see how this one's going to finish out. Big run and a big hit.
Looks like a lot of frustration on that Sunnyslope side was just let out on that hit that time. Kind of unnecessary to get a hit this big, this late in the game with this much of a blowout. But good to see Carlos Estrada back out on the field that time.
First down at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal. Number 3, Keenan Clark in on the stop.
And you could hear when the PA announcer said Carlos Estrada's name, we got a little haze in the crowd. So good to see him back out there after that injury.
Always, especially after a scary one. Letting the time run down. 2 minutes and 28 seconds now left as the snap. Hands it off. End zone. Touchdown. Broncos score again.
That's the other Estrada that time. Eddie Martinez Estrada, 5th running back used by the Broncos in the game. And he gets a touchdown here in the late game.
There was a flag on the play. But it looks like it'll probably remain a touchdown.
Officials talking it over. It will most likely be a touchdown, I believe, but this could come back on the kick return.
Personal foul on the offense. Penalty after the score will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
So touchdown, but a personal foul after the score on the kickoff. Touchdown counts. It's 48-7.
4-yard touchdown is good.
I assume that this will be the last drive of the game. What do you think, Avi?
I would say so too. I think when Sunnyslope gets the ball back, that'll just about be the nail in the coffin. And hey, if you are Sunnyslope, sure, it's about to be 49-0, assuming that this extra point will be good. but it's only week 3 of the season. You still got a long season ahead of you. You're playing a tough 6A opponent that, again, is looking to make the state playoff, hopefully in the open division if you are the Broncos, but definitely in the 6A playoff. So just a tough test here to be getting out the gate. But it's the first 3 games of the season. You're going to fall to 1 and 2, but you can easily bounce back, and especially when you play those other 5A opponents.
Yeah, it's early. I mean, you've seen the competition. You know, their hardest opponent yet, I would say. And, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to do. Take notes, keep working. And, yeah, 1 and 2, you know, plenty of games left in this season. New kicker out. Duncan Vinson.
I believe Duncan Viscom is the snapper.
Oh, it's
Connor Fury
snapper.
out for the kick.
Yes, it was Fury. I apologize. That was up and good and a 49-7 lead.
Yeah, Duncan Viscom, actually the Broncos' long snapper.
Broncos 49. Vikings 7.
And I'm assuming, Kobe, we're going to see Jatan on the kickoff here. With Connor Fury having kicked that extra point.
Our Sunnyslope and Brophy neighborhood series resumed last season with freshman and JV games. Also played earlier this week. Gridiron, Arizona reports the Vikings and Broncos varsity squad.
Well, Kobe, I don't know if you're aware of this, but when the freshman teams of these 2 schools played on Wednesday, the final score was Brophy 70, Sunnyslope nothing. This game, Brophy 49, Sunnyslope 7. You think that was a little bit of a precursor to what would happen tonight?
A little bit of foreshadowing right there. I mean, that just shows the difference of a 6A school to a 5A school.
And Sunnyslope, of course, much more competitive in basketball than they are at football. So if these 2 play each other in the basketball season, that's going to be a great game to watch.
Number 3, Keaton Clark, and number 13, Devin Brody.
The fans of the Broncos enjoying some Sweet Caroline as the game is rounding out to its finish.
Sweet Caroline, a little bit of a Brophy tradition. They always play that towards the end of these football games here.
Always a good sign when you're hearing that song. Kickoff by Fury this time. Not expecting that. And a decent return. Returned by Devin Brody. Get it up to about the 46-yard line, and that'll be a Vikings first down.
Good return that time for Brody. A little bit of a squib kick that time from Connor Fury. So just a little bit of return practice that time for that Viking special teams. So Luke Moga still in the game at quarterback for Sunnyslope despite that lead.
Interested to see what they're going to do here with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock. Moga instantly hands it off. They give it to their back. It's about a yard or 2. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that one went pretty much nowhere. Gavin Mitchell, the ball carrier at that time. Looks like Sunnyslope knows the score of this game. They're just going to try and run that clock down, even though it already is running. Just get some last few plays here before the end of the game.
Another handoff. This time the hand to Gavin Mitchell. And that'll bring up a 3rd and short. Seems as though the Vikings are just running their offense. A couple more runs included, but just letting the clock run out, but not stopping any play.
Yeah, they know this game's just about over, and I think it's time for me to name my player of the game so far for the Broncos. I'll have to give it to Charlie McGinnis here. Great play offensively, as we got a fumble that time.
Recovered by the Vikings.
But great play. Charlie McGinnis, 3 straight games to open up the season, has more touchdowns than he had all of last year. Definite huge transition from junior year at quarterback to senior year. He's the player of the game tonight.
I completely agree with you. Everyone was kind of clicking, but McGinnis specifically really had a good game today. With the clock winding down, under 30 seconds left to play. Looks as though the Vikings will come out for one more play. 4th and 8 here. And it looks like they will not. They are headed to the sideline as the clock winds down. And the Broncos will advance to 2-1 on the season. Sunnyslope is now 1-2. Big win for the Broncos, 49-7. Well, that's all we have here today. Again, a big blowout win for the Broncos, a huge win for them as a team. And we'll see you next week. I'm Kobe Van Nort with Varsity Sports.